Great Hogwarts cook-off. It seems Professor Dumbledore has a big announcement to make. I wonder what it's going to be about. I have no idea, but I hope it's something fun. I'm willing to bet it has something to do with these two women standing in front of Professor's sides. I wonder if Hogwarts is about to receive some new guest professors. That's only what could be a case. They are not professors, but your guess is rather close. I know exactly who they are. You'll find out soon enough. Professor Dumbledore is about to speak. Let's get to our seats. Though these may be trying times, today I'm delighted to bring you here a special treat. We have in our presence two of the Wizarding World's most renowned and distinguished chefs, Mary and Rosa Kosu. Did say Kosu, as in yes, they are my grands. And while they may not be here as guest professors, they will be here as guest judges. I have gracefully accepted my invitation to host a cooking competition at Hogwarts. We will be asking each competitor to create a dish that reminds them of home. We are honored to have you. I would encourage any budding young chefs to sign up. There's going to be a cooking competition here at Hogwarts. That sounds delicious. I agree. I wonder how the rest of our friends feel. Let's ask them and find out. Splendid. It sounds a lot like our friends are thinking about competing in this cook-off. I'll be very curious to see which one of these ends up participating. What would you like to talk about? I'll tell you after I speak to my grands. Come meet me in the courtyard so we can talk. You want to speak with me? As you know, my grands are here visiting Hogwarts for the cook-off, and I'm very excited. I had no idea that your grands were celebrity visiting chefs. I don't talk about my family all that much because most of my relatives are so boring. They are the only ones in my family who have always let me be who I am. I still know the feeling. I don't get to see much of my family either, but the good news is your grands are here for you now. And that's why I figured who better to introduce them to than my most impressive and personal friend. Meet Mary and Rosa Kosu. It's such a pleasure to meet you both, Tulip has told me. Well, up until a few moments ago, has actually told me very little about you. You hear that, Mary? He's heard nothing about us. You honesty was refreshing. Our little sproutling hasn't told us a single thing about you either. Don't pay Rosa any mind, she's just teasing. We know all about the famous coast break of Hogwarts. Let's not get too mushy or you'll make Mary cry. Did you already tell Darkos the good news? I was just about to do that. We have asked our little spoutling here to organize the cook-off for us. But won't that be a lot of responsibility? You hate responsibility. But this time I really want to make my grands proud. That's precisely why I wanted to talk. You thought of me? I'm touched. You did a major job organizing Madame Pince's Valentine's Day ball. You single-handedly saved the festival. Of course, I thought of you. I'd be happy to co-organize the cook-off with you. I want to spend time with you. I've been hoping for an opportunity to spend more time with you. I feel the same way. Uh, where would you like to begin? Well, we can't have a competition without proper contestants. Let's discuss. It sounds like our ideal candidate is someone who's not only good in the kitchen but inventive and artistic. How does that muggle saying go about breaking a few eggs? If someone's creative what I'm looking for, I'm pretty certain I know the perfect candidate to approach. Badi Ali, I'll go track her down, see if she would like to compete. What are you reading? I was just admiring this book, collected artwork by Magenta Comstock. She's famous for painting eyes that follow you around, but her early works are the ones I find truly eye-catching. She's very determined to make her grands proud, so we are looking for outstanding people who really impress. Naturally, I thought that you would make a perfect candidate. Sounds like a lot of fun, but I'm not exactly known for my culinary skills. Why do you think it would be perfect for the competition? Because cooking is a form of art. Instead of painting with colors, you'd be creating a composition of flavors. And there's no finer artist in this entire school than you. Alright, for the sake of art, I'll consider signing up. If I do, I have no idea what dish to make. Thanks for getting me the creative juices flowing. You have helped me realize I have many delicious family recipes to choose from. It sounds like you have found your perfect dish for the cook-off. But there's one problem. What is it? If I'm going to make a fish stew, I'll need a fish, and I want my main ingredients to be fresh and delicious. Muggles can use some sort of wild contraption to catch fish, but I don't have one of those. You've got yourself a deal, and as for the fish, I think I know someone who might be able to help. Thanks for agreeing to help us out. You were my chef's assistant when I made treacle fudge for Pitts. Now it's my pleasure to return the favor. I'd like to enter the cooking competition and I need to find a delicious fresh fish for my stew. You spend so much time down in the kitchen with Pitts, I just assumed you would be able to find fish in there. I think you'll find him to be less than cooperative when it comes to lending out ingredients. Don't worry, we can get what we need here. That's a great idea, but do you think Mademoiselle would really be willing to give us wonderful fish? I think Buddy and I would prefer to do the right thing and ask. There are many things I'm willing to do for the sake of my art, but stealing's not one of them. Mademoiselle, you look lovely today as usual. It may be a busy day here at the pub, but it's never too busy for a bit of flattery. What exactly that you lot are trying to butter me up for? We were just discussing how delicious your fish and chips are, and since Badi is in need of fresh fish for a competition, we were wondering if you'd be able to share. But I do want a business after all, and I can't give free fish away to every patron who asks. You get a lot of people asking for raw fish, do you? Means is perhaps we could trade you something in exchange for your fish. But what could you possibly have to offer? I'm sure if we put our heads together, we'll be able to come up with something. The pub seems extra busy today, and it sounds like you haven't had any time to clean up. That's an understatement of the year. Offer you an item to help tidy the place up. Would that be worth giving us the fish? Of course I do. I'm J. Kim, friendly purveyor of all rare and hard to find items. The easy clean self-propelling schools will rub your floors clean. And they're self-propelling, so you won't have to do a lick of the work yourself. Yes, I believe we do. I'll run to the kitchen and grab you a fresh fish for you. And just as I promised, you now have your first official contestant for the cook-off. So I can find another contestant for the competition. He's a fierce competitor and an excellent showman, and one and only Diego Kaplan. There you are. I had a feeling that I might find you practicing dueling skills. It's not easy to be the best dueler at Hogwarts. It requires hard work, diligence, and a lot of practice. After the two of us nearly destroyed the Dragon Club room, I don't want to duel you, but I would like to challenge you to different type of heated competition. Help me finish my dueling practice, and then I'll hear what you have to say. Thank you for indulging me. Always find that I can think more clearly after a bit of practice. So now that we are finished, tell me about this intriguing new challenge. Promise to help Tulip find some competitors for the cook-off, and since it's really important she impresses her grains, I'm recruiting only the finest of contestants. Why ask Diego Kaplan rather than another friend? Because you're the greatest showman who loves the attention of the audience, and your passion for what you do is contagious. Does enjoy dancing in the spotlight. I have considered your offer and decided that I would very much like to participate. That's terrific. You will not regret this decision. Do you know what dish you would like to make? Of course, we'll bake this enchanted dancing whose hypnotic wiggle will transfix any judge who dared to consume it. I must confess, there is one aspect to my creation that still evades me. How I will enchant my beautiful flame to dance, as I don't know a spell to accomplish that feat. Perhaps we will ask Professor Flitwick. It's no use, I'll never get it right. Perhaps it'd be better off sticking with the muggle method. Just keep practicing, you'll get your scruffle to rise eventually. Hear about cooking competition as well, I presume. As a matter of fact, would like to ask about dancing charms. Dancing charms, intriguing. You are already an excellent dancer. What need would you possibly have for a dancing charm? like to use it for, honestly, you'd never believe us if we told you. I've heard just about every explanation known to wizards. We would like to teach a Spanish dessert to dance. A dance in Spanish dessert. I stand corrected, that's a new one. Do you know any spells that might be able to do that? I'm not sure that will help, so as my flame does not have any legs or jelly. Tartantula, the Danton charm, will not work for the same reason. Suppose you could always use locomotor. That sounds perfect. Will you teach this to us? Tell me, why should I make an exception and teach you? Because Dago and I want to represent the school and show the Madam Kurusu just how impressive Hogwarts students can be. We'd hate to let our celebrity guest and Professor Dumbledore down. Cause is Animal 1, and so I have decided to teach you Locomoto. Now you just need to cast a charm. Why don't you try using a book on my desk as an object? Locomoto book. You perform Locomoto perfectly. Thank you for teaching us. It's a pleasure. Representing Hogwarts in a positive way is always a worthwhile endeavor. The judges will most certainly be impressed. Tulip will definitely be happy to learn I've recruited not one but two excellent contestants. I should go find her and tell her the good news. Andre and I were going on the potential design for some chef's robes. What do you think, the prototype? These robes are practical. They are perfect attire for a messy competition. I agree with you that they are practical. I'm just a bit concerned that they will clash with my grain's aesthetic. Not sure if that's meant to be a compliment or an insult, but thanks. I didn't mean to offend you. I'm just feeling nervous about the competition. I've never seen you act nervous about anything. Is everything alright? And more than anything, I just don't want to let my grains down. Badi is making an enchanted fish stew. That's excellent news. I've been doing a bit of recruiting since we last spoke. I recruited Mildred to make a meat pie with blood sausage, and also Jay had such a good time helping you and Badi find a fish that he's decided to sign up as well. I just assumed Jay wouldn't be interested because he hates doing hard work. Though, now that I think about it, he'd tell me once that he secretly does love to cook. Showed me he'll be making something else. With these four terrific contestants in the mix, I'm feeling much better about the state of things. Alright, let's go over the final preparations. It sounds like we are in very good shape for the big day. Everything's coming together. But there's one very important thing I just remembered that we still need to do. That's to find a host for the cook-off. Thankfully, I know the perfect person for the job, Murphy McNally. There's only one way to find him. I'll go ask. If I can successfully get McNally on board, we can finally be ready for the cook-off. I calculated 91.4% chance it was to come say hello. For the most rousing, most riveting round of Rules of Chess you have ever played. I'm here with some bigger fish to fry. Unless, of course, you were a little talking about frying a fish. In this case, I sort of was, and that's the reason I want to talk to you. You want me to host a cooking competition? Now that's play. That's a play I did not see coming. I'm a Quidditch announcer, not a chef. And aside from flip-flopping, the occasional fish try and flourish. Of course, you don't need to know everything about cooking in order to entertain the crowd. I never thought of it that way, and I do quite enjoy spinning up the crowds. It's a fascinating theory, but I'm still not convinced. That was impressive. You fielded my questions as easily as Roderick Plumpton catches golden snitches, and with as much conviction as Glynis Griffiths after a 7-day match against a hailed. What? So does that mean you'll agree to host? If there's a crowd in need of rousing, it would be my honor to regale them with the play-by-plays. The Great Hogwarts Cook-Off, hey, that has a nice ring to it. I just came up with it on the spot. Let's head over to the kitchens. Wizards and witches, professors and students, welcome to the Great Hogwarts Cook-Off. I'm your host, and with me here is the organizers of this event. Thanks for the introduction. We are excited for today's festivities. You'll all enjoy unique dishes that our amazing contestants have been cooking up for you. Cauldrons are boiling, ovens are fired up, and mouths are watering. I'd say we are in for a good, clean match. If things do get messy today, the chefs shouldn't be afraid to get their hands dirty. I don't recall, Murphy's. The competition is sure to get intense, so don't be afraid to get hands dirty. His elbows deep in blood sausage as we speak. Yes, I think they will be. And speaking of the judges, it looks like the Honorable Madams Crusoe are getting ready to make the rounds. Salt, fat, acid, heat, and magic, these are the components that make a truly exceptional dish. So, are you ready to check in on your contestants? Sounds like Buddy and Diego are a little worried about the dishes. Jay and Diego still have some work to do as well. Perhaps, but this is judges' opinions that matter. So, what do you think of the contestant dishes so far? If there was a front runner, do you really think we would tell you? Of course we would, but right now it's anybody's game to win. All the dishes have the potential to be a masterpiece, but there's still one element missing from each. Can you elaborate on which element needs? Jay has added too much chili paste to the tatbaki waste cakes. Flaying is a little too sweet. Fish stew could use some thickening. Are you alright? How dare you accuse my dough of being sad and soggy? With a simple flick of my wand, I'll show you some dough that's guaranteed to impress. You done fucked up now. Holy, that looks sick. It appears though that in an effort to impress the judges, says Mulder Milk transfigured the whole meat pie into some dough creature. And now it's on the loose. Food fight, watch out. No, my beautiful flan, how could you? By my count, the score is now destructive dough 1, dancing dessert 0. We need to neutralize that dough creature. Delete us. Quickly tone in to create the disaster. I'm sorry, everything is utterly ruined. Looks pretty upset. I'd better go after her and see if she's alright. Thanks for cheering me up. I can always count on you. I told you in the beginning the whole reason I signed up for this was to spend time together. I'm feeling a lot more optimistic about salvaging the cook-off now. What's that? So, well, for starters, I'm not sure we would even be able to get our competitors back in the same room. Diego is furious with his Mulder for destroying his plane. Well, that is a bit of a problem. I'll go talk to his Mulder. If I succeed, maybe we can defuse the situation before it explodes. Who goes there? May I come in and speak with you? It's you. I thought you was somebody else. Are you hiding out from in the artifact room? Especially if not Diego Kaplan. He'll find himself with a danger seal to the teeth if he tries coming around here. That Diego has gone completely mental, I dare say. Can you believe that? That gets completely lost his top. And now I'm going to have to fight one of the best duels at Hogwarts because of his stupid little dessert. Apologize for it, the whole thing was an accident. You do believe me? And I believe you when you say it was an accident. Well, that makes one person in this entire school. Even Barmy doesn't believe me, and that's the part that hurts me the most. Not that I still care about what he thinks or anything. Sorry, you feel like everyone is against you. They are. I don't even care about the competition, and now this whole school hates me because of it. I'm going to drop out of the competition and pretend it never happened. I'll tell you what, Ismelda. I'll talk to Diego and see if I can smooth things over with him. What's that? The competition means a lot to Tulip, and you being a part of it does too. Please don't drop out. That's not true. They will just offer in a bit of constructive criticism to make your dish even better. I'd be happy to help too. Maybe we could discuss some ways to perfect your recipe. Won't mind if I join you? I'm so embarrassed. My granny should never have entrusted me with so much responsibility. I also advise our friends to get messy when things began to heat up. I'm the one who put so much pressure on you to impress my grands. Dagger's flame has been destroyed, Esmeralda's puff pastry has been obliterated, and the great Hogwarts cook-off has been a complete and utter disaster. The crowd was solely entertained, and as I told Murphy, that certainly counts for something. I'm not so sure if you're clearly in need of some cheering up. With these new improvements, you're ready to make your meat pie with blood sausage even better than before. Although we still haven't figured out how to perfect the dough, you should keep thinking of it on a solution. And while you're doing that, I'll go speak with Diego. No, thank you is necessary. I'm just happy to get everything back in order. It's rubbish again. Now, are you okay? No, for once, the great Diego Kaplan's not okay. What seems to be the problem? Tulip's grain said my flame was too much sugar, but I can't focus. I'm too mad at Ismelda. I spoke with her, and she claims that it was by accident. Hey, I do actually. She seems very upset about the whole thing. And then I can focus on perfecting my flame. About that, I was hoping you could call off your duel and not follow through on my word. Won't help you perfect your duel or your flame. I appreciate your concern, but dueling is never a waste of time. Fighting amongst ourselves is not what this competition was supposed to be about. In my family, dueling is an important tradition, and I can see this is important to you. Perhaps if you explain why. So dueling is how your family solves disputes and is seen as a healthy means of venting frustration. That's precisely right. It's a very important tradition in my family. I understand why it's so important to you. Unfortunately, Esmeralda doesn't feel the same way. Could someone else duel you in Esmeralda's place? Someone like me? That way you can still uphold the Kaplan family honor and Esmeralda won't be forced to fight. We can all go back to focusing on impressing Tulip's grains in the cook-off. You want to act as Esmeralda's champion? I must say, I don't think she deserves someone as virtuous as you champion her. But if you're willing to duel in her stead, I will accept the offer. Oh, duel. Duel. I'm about to say makes me want to chundo, but here goes. Thanks for dueling Diego for me. You're welcome. Me too. I always thought my grains were inspiring, but I never imagined the cook-off would inspire a duel. I wanted to help with the cook-off, so I spend time with you. So I'm eager to finish this duel and get back to the competition. Let's focus on you right now. How are you doing? Are you nervous about your duel? No, I'm not nervous. This is a friendly duel, and I trust Diego skill enough not to do any harm. And if someone does get hurt, at least it won't be me. Sometimes I really wish you went to Bubatons instead of Hogwarts. I see you have brought your champion to fight your honor, something like that. Just to be clear, once we duel, you'll forgive Esmeralda and we can put this all behind us. Then, if you're ready, let's duel. Oh, we can actually duel. Oh, he's going aggressive. He's an aggressive. Flipendo. Oh, what the hell was that spell? Bleeding for two? Oh, boning. Don't matter, I win this. Okay. And then I finish you off with the pulsar. It's all within calculations. You have bested me in combat, I am impressed, and for you, all is forgiven. I'm sure to never cross you again. Had confidence that I was going to win because I knew the fate of the cook-off was at stake. Now let's get back to the cook-off. If we are going to impress them, we need to work on everyone's recipes. We all know we need to work together to make the Great Hogwarts Cook-Off as great as its name. Let's assemble the contestants and head back to the kitchens. Clearly, this competition got off to a rough start, but that's behind us now. Now that we're all friends again, we can finally get the cook-off back on track. Cooking is supposed to be fun, and so is its cook-off. So before we can improve our dishes, we need to remind ourselves what we enjoy about cooking in the first place. After getting a better sense of why you chose your dishes, I realize you all have one thing in common. It's a strong dislike for the tension with pits. No, it's just that the heart of every dish. Each one of you cares about sharing good food with loved ones. I'll bet each of you can improve your individual recipes if you agree to share your ingredients with one another. That's a splendid idea. It's a bit too sweet. I'd be happy to lend him some rose water to cut through the sugar. Since Jay's rice cakes are too spicy, I'll give him some cream to make a sauce and burn down the heat. Dough might be looking soggy now, but I'll puff it up with the flames of my fire crab. The judges are sure to be delighted with each of your dishes now. But all this talk of sharing togetherness over the kitchen has made me realize there's one more important thing that's missing from this cook-off. Alright, so let's go find my grains. Mind if you rejoin you for a moment? We do mind. Can't you see we're in the middle of a very important discussion? Did you see that, Mary? They thought I was being serious. They shouldn't be. The dough monster was even more exciting to watch than Treacle Tart Fiasco of 79. We are upset, but not because of the cook-off. You have been so busy running around that we haven't had the chance to see you this whole time. Tulip's whole reason for organizing this competition was to make the two of you proud. We came to Hogwarts because we were excited to spend time with our favorite granddaughter and to meet her friends. We get to see you so rarely. If you are serious, I think Jay may be able to help with that. Which is why I wanted to make you proud. We may not be able to get our lost time back, but
no other way to make up for it. That's right, out with it then.
In the kitchens, we shared our ingredients to make each dish sin, so I propose we combine forces once again. What I think you are saying? Instead of a competition, this cook-off would be far more successful if we would call it a collaboration. Now that's an interesting idea. Tell me more about how this might work. This time around, our chefs will go work together to create one amazing meal across multiple courses. Because when combined, they will create a tapestry of delicious flavors that's not sure to be the best meal ever. It is an enticing suggestion, but why should we change course now? So late in the progress. Because it's unconventional, you have probably judged a million competitions before. And none of those were half as delicious or memorable as the meal you're about to experience. Your proposal is indeed an unconventional one, so you can count us in. That's fantastic. I promise neither of you will be disappointed. I'll go collect the chefs and tell them the good news. I can go take care of that. You should enjoy your quality time with your grands, and I'll see you, all three of you, again for the final ceremony. Oh, you son of a bitch. Welcome to the final round of the Great Hogwarts Cook-Off. Now, with the chefs are joining forces. In just a few moments, our esteemed judges will be tasting the chef's delicious, delectable dishes. But before the final feast begins, let's go over the ever-resilient organizers. Can you believe we actually made it to the final feast? I literally cannot believe it. This cook-off had more ups and downs than the Golden Snitch made flights. In the end, we united together to bring you all one truly fantastic meal. What would you say has been the best part about the cook-off? This best part has been getting to spend time with my friends and support them. It's the whole reason I agreed to co-organize this cook-off. I helped Tulip reunite with her grands, track down the fresh fish for Buddy at the Three Broomsticks, and I even dueled Diego in the name of friendship. Friends like you are 1 in a million. Well, actually, it's 1 in 1.24 million if you want to be exact. Any last words before the judges begin their tasting? Seems like there are a lot of happy Hogwarts chefs in the Great Hall right now, and a lot of happy patrons too. What do you think of the meal? Each of the dishes have concluded that this is one of the most delicious meals we have ever tasted. I quite agree that these four chefs have achieved perfect harmony, fusing traditions with innovation and creativity, and the end result is really quite extraordinary, and it's made all the better shared with treasured family and friends. I'm so glad you enjoyed the meal. Our chefs really poured everything they had in prepping it for you. Has been brought to my attention is no longer a competition. In spite of that, the judges have decided that given the circumstances and the awarding exceptionalism is still quite certainly in order. I didn't realize there were going to be awards. Each of the dishes were wonderful in their own right, and the chefs deserve accolades for their creations. All these delicious flavors and chefs together into one meal was surely a stroke of genius. We would like to commend Dr. Stan for demonstrating the true spirit of this event, upholding Hogwarts ideals and community, collaboration, and friendship. So much I don't know what to say except I'm honored. You supported each of your friends in a time of need and even brought a family closer together. And bringing families and friends together is truly what makes the meal complete. That's why every day at this school is just as fun and satisfying as the great Hogwarts cook-off. Damn, everyone must be sick of me getting all the attention.